Okay, my last video to wrap up this welcome to Art 1135, I want to talk about the rest of the checkpoints because it's kind of different from the rest of my classes. When we have class, I will let you know the day before what we're planning to do the next day in class, or or what you need for that class. So you're going to have to find the resources that we're using. So when we get to checkpoint 2, I'll say on Thursday, we're going to complete the lecture for lecture 1. So if you want to be someone who prints out slideshows before class, you can click on where it says PowerPoint. I'm going to open it in a new tab. And then you can look at the slideshow during class. So if you bring your own computer, you can do that. Our classroom has computers and flat tables. We will sit at the flat tables during lecture, and we will go to the computers during lab time. So if you are someone who wants to take electronic notes, or you want to open the slideshow up on your computer during class, you need to bring your own computer. You can also download these and you can print them like you would print them from PowerPoint. And so you can have them to take notes on in addition to taking notes during class. The benefit of this class being offered as a flipped classroom hybrid and a traditional on-campus lecture lab course is that most of the lectures are recorded and I've posted them on YouTube. So you'll see that there's lecture 1 PowerPoint, but there's also a lecture 1 YouTube. And if you open that up, you can listen to me lecture. And I'm not going to play it for too long because if you play a video inside a video and you upload it to YouTube, you get copyright issues. But you can kind of listen to my lecture if you miss class or you need to review the material. With that being said, these videos are supplemental for the on-campus class. So you are required to come to class, you're expected to take notes during class, and you're expected to pay attention during lecture. These should only be used if you need extra help after class or if you want to watch them before class so that you have an idea of what is going to be covered. Sometimes there are handouts, and I will always print handouts and give them to you if you need a physical copy. You do not always need a physical copy of the handouts, and if that's the case, I might open them up on the screen to show you something during class and then tell you if you wanted to print a copy, you could print them. So I need to actually update this. It's supposed to open into a new tab, a new window, and it will take you to Google Drive. As we get to the assignments, I will tell you in class, like if we finish up lecture 1, there is a homework quiz that is associated with lecture 1. I will tell you, we finished lecture 1, it's now time to do your homework quiz, and it is due by such and such a date. Please make sure that you're paying attention to these, and that when I start referencing them, that you know what they are. I've numbered them so that you can either circle them if you want to circle them on your calendar, or when I reference them, you know exactly which assignment is due. Because if there are 10 homework quizzes and you click the wrong one, you're going to get a 0 if you don't know what the answers are because we haven't covered the material. So I've numbered them and I always reference them by number, but always double check that you're in the right quiz before you get started. Okay, and then the bottom of the checkpoint is what I really want to focus on. So we are going to do, let me collapse these for a second. We are going to do 5 projects throughout the semester. And if we have time, we'll do some extra things, and I'll talk about them at the end of the video. But the 5 projects we're going to do are a line art, one color print on the offset printing press. And we're doing it as one color and as line art because we learn about different types of artwork, but also that's the easiest to print, and it's our first print on the offset printing press. Our goal for that is for you to operate the press with me telling you what to do. So I'll basically do most of the operation for project 1. Then for project 2, we're going to do a 2-color overprint postcard. There's 2 ways to print artwork. You can do an overprint or a knockout, and we will learn the difference. An overprint is much easier to print than a knockout, so our second project will be a 2-color overprint. And this is the first project where you're expected in your group to operate the printing press. And the way that it'll work is instead of you just kind of jumping in and doing it and maybe possibly doing something wrong, you're going to tell me what should happen next, and I will tell you if it's right or wrong, and then if it's right, you can do it, and if it's wrong, you have to figure out what the next step is. What I'll ask is that you break down the printing process into 10 steps and kind of simplify it, and if you have those 10 steps, you should be able to operate the press. I'm going to skip ahead to project number 4, and that is our last project on the offset printing press, and it's a 2-color knockout. And by the time you get to project 4, which is checkpoint 6, I expect you and your group to be able to operate the printing press without my help. So the goal for that project is to get good prints and not need the teacher's help, and that your grading is based on that. In between, checkpoint 4 is your midterm, so that's about week 9. We will do an entire midterm exam review day on Tuesday of that week, or Monday if you have a Monday, Wednesday class. And then Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday, depending on the semester, you will have the exam. The exam is administered through Canvas. So when you take it, you can get your grade instantly when you're done. However, it will only automatically grade some questions. So there will be true and false, multiple choice, multiple answer, fill in the blank type answers, etc. So when you get your grade, please keep in mind that I have to do final grading. And when final grading is done, I'll send out an email that says your exams have been graded. When we come back from the midterm, we do a vector art scaling project. So this is a digital printing project. We will print stickers on what is called a printer plotter. We use currently the VersaCAM SP300i. And then we will take a very small sticker that's maybe 3 inches by 3 inches big, and we will blow it up and we'll print it as a big poster on an photo quality inkjet printer. It demonstrates that vector art does not lose quality when it's scaled, but it also allows us to experiment with different digital printing techniques and formatting artwork for different digital printing processes. Okay, then after the vector art project, we'll do that 2-color knockout project, and we will finish up the semester with a digital imposition booklet. So you will create a booklet that has 8, 12, or 16 pages, depending on how many people work on the project together. And then you will have to create what is called an imposition. You'll have to drop your files into it, print it, fold it, assemble it, and create a book. Now, that's the project that I want to talk about. If we go back to checkpoint 1, if we look at the semester schedule on the right-hand side, it identifies where the activities that are due come from. So checkpoint 1 is due during week 1, and there's a couple things from checkpoint 2. During week 2, everything is from checkpoint 2. But if you jump down to week 4, there's stuff due from checkpoint 2, which is the 1-color line art project. There's stuff due from checkpoint 3, which is the 2-color overprint. And there's something due from checkpoint 7, the digital booklet imposition. We are going to do most of the digital imposition booklet as a work-from-home project. So there are lots of different steps that you're going to follow for that project, and you'll have to select your topic, you'll have to break down the words, what words will be on each page, you'll have to figure out where the page will land in an imposition, you're going to learn how to scan your artwork, and you'll scan the first page to make sure it's right, and then you'll have an activity where it is due where all of your artwork is scanned, and then you'll have an opportunity to fix those scans. You'll create a digital imposition template, which we'll do together in class, and then for homework you'll create a new one, and then you'll have an opportunity to fix it if it's wrong. As you progress through the semester, we're going to slowly compile what is needed to create the digital book. So as we are progressing through the semester, please make sure that you don't miss any of these, because you'll get to the end of the semester and you will not be able to assemble your booklet. Okay, I think that I've talked enough about what we're going to cover in the class. If you have any questions, email me or your instructor if I'm not your instructor, and I'm happy to answer the questions that you have. I cannot emphasize enough that there are some key tips for success in this class, and they are doing your required reading, getting your work in on time, and asking questions if you don't understand. Okay, that wraps up our Welcome to Art 1135 videos. I hope to see you in class.